Hello and welcome to Mythical Meeples. Today I'll be unboxing Daybreak, a cooperative game from the creator of Pandemic, Matt Leacock and Matteo Menepace. In Daybreak, players are working together to create a sustainable world and prevent and reduce climate change. So let's have a look at the back of the box first. So Daybreak is a cooperative board game about stopping climate change from the creator of Pandemic. So Daybreak is a game where you get to build the mind-blowing technologies and resilient societies we need for a warming planet. In the game, you'll play stacks of cards, create powerful combos and strategize with your fellow players about how to decarbonize society. And since Daybreak is 100% cooperative, you win or lose together. This box is absolutely stuffed with sustainable no plastic components, featuring hundreds of original illustrations that portray a richly detailed world where all of us can not just survive but thrive. So the box is made with sustainable components, and you can see here this was used instead of the shrink wrap. Essentially, it's the sticky label which was used to hold the box in place around the edges. You can see just how lovely and well designed the cards are on the back here. Really simple and elegant design, and you've got a few different views here as well. So Daybreak is designed for 1 to 4 players. Should take you 60 to 90 minutes to play and suitable for people of 10 plus. So without further ado, let's have a look inside the box. So you can see here you've got your instruction booklet on how to play. It's quite hefty, so I will have a brief look through that. You can see all of the cards are nicely packaged in cardboard. So you've got local projects and starting cards. You've got these pieces of cardboard used to hold it together. Challenge cards. Your little token boxes are made from recycled plastic. You've got wooden components. You've got different tokens in there. Oh, this is a beautiful game. Got a nice empty box there, and another empty box there. You've got global projects, reference and crisis cards. Another piece of cardboard used to hold it in place. And you can see here you've got your different parts of presumably your turn board. Different coloured ones, which I'm guessing either changes depending on how many people are playing or represent different things as well. At the very bottom here, oh hang on, you've got more tokens, which are cardboard again, and you've got what I presume is your game board. Yes, so let's open this up. Move everything out the way first and let you have a good look at the game board. So on the board you've got global project, global project, global project, global project, round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then your cross. On this side you've got unknown crisis, unknown crisis, unknown crisis, and forecast crisis, so presumably that will change frequently. You've got a change in major weather systems, got a loss of Arctic sea ice, thawing permafrost, desertification, dieback of the Amazon, and ocean acidification. You've got a changing temperature scale here, which has an impact on what looks like dice and cubes and possibly some other tokens as well. And then this obviously has specific effect, which we will look into in the rules now. So I'm not going to go through all of the rules, we just want to have a quick look at sort of the basics. So you can see you've got 4 is the introduction, 14 is the setup, 18 is how to play, and you've got all these different sections, 34 is variants, 36 is about Daybreak and your credits. So let's have a look at the introduction. So Daybreak is a cooperative game about stopping climate change In Daybreak, you'll build the mind-blowing technologies and resilient societies we need for a warming planet. Each player takes a role of a different world power: China, Europe, the United States, and the majority world. All of you have a shared goal: cut carbon emissions before it gets too hot or too many communities are put into crisis. Beginning of the game, everyone's generating massive amounts of carbon cubes from dirty energy and emission tokens on their player boards, which are listed down here. Some of these cubes will be sequestered by tree and ocean tokens on the central board and have no negative effects, but you're all emitting way more carbon than the planet can handle. Those excess cubes go directly onto a thermometer that tracks global temperature rise, which is the thermometer here. Once an entire row is filled with cubes, a temperature band is added, representing the planet heating up by 0.1 degree. If you ever have 8 temperature bands, you all lose. For each temperature band, you'll roll a planetary effects die, which represents the planet reaching critical ecological tipping points and makes the game more challenging. So you can see the change in the weather systems, which will be represented using these. Rising temperature also makes you draw more crisis cards, which all reflect the various real-world impacts of climate change. Crisis cards are what endanger your communities, and if any player has 12 or more communities in crisis, everyone loses. So how do you protect your communities? Build social, ecological, and infrastructure resilience. The more resilience tokens you have, the more protected you'll be. So here's how you win. Reach, drawdown. The moment you collect, you remove more carbon from the atmosphere than you produce. You'll do that by playing cards that remove dirty energy and emission tokens from your player board, while adding clean energy tokens to keep up with the energy demand of your world power. Everyone begins with 5 cards that unique to their world power. China's starting play area is below, for example. Each round, players will draw from a huge deck of cards filled with unique actions. You'll be playing these cards from your hand to your play area, either in front or behind the existing cards to form powerful stacks of combos. So you've got 3 ways you can play cards. You can play them in front, tuck a card behind, or discard a card to pay the cost of some actions. You stack them to create powerful combos. So you've got your setup first, which you can see here. You put the current round token with the clock side face up on the space marked on the round tracker, so up here. You put the 6 planetary effect in tokens onto their starting location, so these ones. Put all 8 temperature bands, planetary effects die, and the geoengineering die onto the bulb of the thermometer down here. You add the number of corresponding tree and ocean tokens to the board using the chart on the right. So this varies depending on the number of players you've got. And you keep all the other tokens in their trays and in reach during play. You then shuffle each of the different projects. Do not use the challenge cards in your first game. Choose your world powers. So you can see here, if there's 4 of you, use all of them. 3 you use majority world, Europe and US. 2 you use China and US. And 1 you can use any. You prepare your player boards. So you hand each player their 5 starting local projects. You put your energy demand token on the number shown on your reference card. Add your dirty energy tokens, clean energy tokens. Add your resilience tokens. Add your community and crisis tokens. And then you've got your how to play. So it's broken down into rounds. So you've got a global stage, where players hold a global summit to review the forecast crisis card and select a global project. Local stage, you focus on your own boards, drawing and playing local project cards to remove emissions and dirty energy, add clean energy, increase resilience and help your fellow players. Emission, to total up the amount of carbon cubes generated, add the rest into the thermometer. Crisis stage, you resolve planetary effects and crisis cards. And you've got your growth stage, you check if you've won, and if not, you all increase your energy demand. And then you go through each stage. First time you'll probably want to go through playing using the book. After that you might get the hang of it. So let's have a look at all the different cards. Now we have a brief knowledge of the rules. So we're going to start with the global project, reference and crisis cards. You may need to use a knife or something to just lift up the flap. I found it quite tricky. So here you've got some reference cards with your tags, emissions, energy, resilience, and other. So you've got your United States one, and you can see the correlation, not correlation, but you know, same symbols matching. You've got a solo game, majority world, China, Europe. And then you can see you've got wind technology, so it allows you to add 2 of these. But it requires 3 of these. Again, you've got requirements for certain cards. This one you tap to activate. They're all green on the back. And you can see you've got obviously different things for each of these. Then you've got what I presume are your crisis cards. So that would have been global project and reference. And the red ones are your crisis cards. So here you discard 1 card per temperature band from your hand or play area. And again, same thing. This one you add 1 community in crisis per temperature band. So as you increase your temperature, you're obviously causing more issues in your world. This one, discard a card. Community in crisis. Discard a card. So I think overall they're all probably... There's a lot of discard cards for community in crisis. Here you've got the player of the lowest social resilience, add 1 community in crisis per temperature band. Community in crisis, so you can see it's going to cause a lot of issues as you go up the temperature band. Remove a tree per player who has agricultural emission tokens. Lowest social resilience gets 2 community, loses 1 social resilience for every 2 community in crisis. So you've got a lot of different effects. A lot of them are adding community in crisis and things like that. But there are other ones as well. But you have got things that you can ignore with these as well. So that's those cards. Now let's have a look at the local project and starting cards. There's one still tucked in the box there. So this one lets you draw a card. Draw a card. This one gives you benefits depending on what you've got. And again, solar plants. You've got this symbol here, which I think are referenced on the back. Possibly. So if you've got this, then you can do this. So you've got a lot of different cards in here. Let's have a look at the back. So you can see majority world. So these must be your project cards for your individual countries. So you've got solo ones. You've got China, United States, Europe, and majority world. And then what were the other cards? And then these are all the same cards, so these must all be your local projects. And finally, you have got your challenge cards. So these are not recommended for your first game. Struggling to get them out of the box now. So during setup, we will start with 2 more community crisis than indicated. None of us start with resilience tokens. Add 1 temperature band from one. So basically these are all to make the game harder. So if you've played a lot, you'll probably want to start using these. And I imagine there are rules in the book for doing so. So now we're going to look at your player boards. So you can see here we've got majority world. And they slot together like so. You end up with this. You've also got this extended one here, which I'm assuming might be for 2-player games, perhaps, or maybe 3-player games. Again, you do the same with this one. This one is Europe. United States. And finally, this must be China, which is the same extension as Majority World, I think it was. You can just slot that on there like that. Which I'm shooting, as I said, is probably for variations in the game. Finally, we've got our tokens, which we probably need to reference here. So you've got buildings, transportation, industry, fuel extraction, agriculture. You can see you've got ecological, social, infrastructure. And again here you've got ecological and social. These are clean energy. Got these ones here as well, which are community in crisis, social, infrastructure. And again, you've got more energy and you've got your temperature bands on the back here. Last but not least, we have got our tokens. So you can see you've got your wooden dice in here, which represent the different things. So you've got dieback of the Amazon and the 1. You've got your tree tokens. You've got presumably wind power. That looks like the thawing permafrost. This is something representing inactive and inactive states. You've got a little house token. Trees. More of the water. You've got a drawdown token. So that's your clock. And then in here, you've got your temperature tokens and you've got these little cubes, which I assume go on the board like so, would be my guess. Possibly they go like this though. Without looking up the rules, all the rules, it's hard to say. I'd assume you put all 4 on and then you put the 5th on like that. And that is it for Daybreak. As you saw, there are a lot of tokens, a lot of cards, and there's quite a lot in the box. So it is really good value, and it's nice that it is environmentally friendly as well as board games go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This helps me grow as a channel, and it's always good to hear your feedback as well. If you want to support me in other ways and see more content from me, head over to mythicalmeeples.com, or you can support me on Patreon as well. There's links in the descriptions for both of those. And once again, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.